Welcome back to Ms. Traveler in Toronto, where, like the rest of Canada, their unofficial national pastime is hockey. Even if you aren't attending a wild and crazy Toronto Maple Leafs home game, you can still get your sports fix at the Hockey Hall of Fame. Established in 1943, the 65,000 square foot museum is a must-take pilgrimage for hockey lovers and an ideal way to immerse yourself in the most popular sport in the country. With the history of hockey dating back to the late 1800s, you will be amazed at some of the interesting facts you will discover. For example, donated by Lord Stanley of Preston in 1892, the Stanley Cup is the oldest championship trophy, the only one with every team member's name engraved on it, and the only one to remain with the winning team for just 24 hours before returning to its permanent home at the Hall of Fame, unless it is out on tour, as it was when we stopped by. You could spend all day exploring. Open daily from 10 to 5, the admission is around $20. So obviously, Toronto's got something special if you love sports, but they've also got something if you love local art and craft. A member-based, not-for-profit arts organization, the Craft Ontario Shop was one of the first galleries to represent Inuit and Indigenous art in Toronto, and additionally highlights the work of over 200 artisans. So, Janna, I understand this used to be called the Craft Guild Shop, right? And now it's Craft Ontario. So why the change in name?
Yeah, great question. So the Craft Ontario Shop actually was established in 1931.
Ooh.
And it was started by a group of women that really wanted to support craft artists and connect their work with the public. And that group actually combined with another group in 1976, and that other group was a membership group also supporting craft artists, and that became the Ontario Crafts Council. So we are actually a nonprofit organization. Our mandate is to support and advocate for craft artists and their work, and the shop has been a really critical program component of that, as you heard, since 1931. So in 2014, the organization changed its name to Craft Ontario, and we changed the name of the shop to the Craft Ontario Shop. So it's actually been the same organization all along, and we've had a little bit of branding changes and a little bit of changes in our location, but we're still going strong. We're still representing 1,200 artists.
Really? 1,200 artists?
Yeah, well, our membership is about 1,200 people, mostly craft artists, also curators and collectors.
And mostly all from Canada or from the local area?
Mostly from Ontario, but also from Canada.
Okay.
Yep. And in the shop program itself, we represent about 250 of those members and artists. And yeah, it's one of our key programs. It's an amazing way to educate people about the importance of craft, and of course gives people the opportunity to have craft in their lives and enjoy it, bring joy to their life, which is the whole point.
Right. Yeah. Well, just when you walk in, it's happy, it's colorful, it's beautiful. So I can see the point. But why do you think people don't understand it, or you're always trying to make it more accessible and meaningful to people? So what's the disconnect?
It's something that I think is a struggle in North America in general. We're a younger country, and when you look at cultures of art and craft in Europe or Asia, they have hundreds and hundreds of years of history where handmade local work is part of their identity. It's part of their civic responsibility to support it. And so one of the things that we work really hard at doing is also bringing that knowledge to Canadians. And what is the difference between, going to Walmart and getting your drinking glasses at Walmart, or coming to a local artist or the Craft Ontario shop and getting handmade glasses that are created by artists in your own neighborhood, where you're supporting your own community. And then you have an object that's actually much more special and interesting, and is an investment in your own life, really. And so we do a lot of educating around why that's important. And part of that's also about, why is this more expensive? And it's because our artists take hundreds of thousands of hours to learn what they do, to learn how to blow glass, how to make ceramics, how to make jewelry. It requires a huge investment of time and skill. And that's also what we're here to promote and tell people why that's so important.
One of the things I really appreciate about something that's handmade is understanding the story behind it. Maybe the story of the person or the story of how they made it.
Absolutely. That's actually a really critical component about craft. Because when you're talking about craft, you're talking about an individual artist who spent, again, years of their life honing their craft. They're also a creative entrepreneur. It's their business. And so the story of why they create, how they create, and why that's important to them is a part of the piece. And that's something that when you buy craft, you also bring into your own life. And that makes it much more richer. For instance, if you think about buying a mug from a craft artist, that becomes your own story every morning when you're drinking coffee out of your handmade mug.
Where you got it, who made it, all those things that are special.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. It's also terribly satisfying to know that you are economically supporting someone who is working. They're working hard to do something, and you can contribute to that in a very tangible way.
Absolutely. Right? And there's also that kind of quality aspect. When you're buying craft, you're buying high quality because you're getting that investment in skill and process. And so you've got this quality object in your life.
Well, I think we should go, around and look at a few different things and, hear some of the stories.
Sounds great.
Okay.
All right. Another one of the programs that we run for our members as a nonprofit is a gallery, and we host about 6 exhibitions a year. And these are an opportunity for our members to show a bigger body of work and for visitors to really dig in and see a range of what they're exploring, and also, opportunities for like mind-blowing pieces where you can get
and large scale.
Exactly. Yeah, so Junie Kim is one of our incredible members. She started out with us as a member while she was studying as a student at Sheridan College. And it's been a huge privilege for us to see her career develop. And now we get to work with her, in her mid-career stage and see this incredible body of work that she's produced. And these are incredible, really detailed sculptures. So you can see in each piece that she plays a lot with creating faces. There's a lot of hands. There's figures that have all these different expressions. And
these hands
exactly. It's really playful too, like the glasses and the really serene face at the base. And the title of the exhibition is called The Shape of Life. And in it, she's really exploring all those moments of experience that make up each one of us, and how, all of our experiences throughout life are so varied. And here she kind of shows that, where each sculptural object has all these different elements, and yet it's this kind of coherent whole. So really interesting way of exploring our own selves and our own kind of, magic of being in the world, I guess you could say. Yeah.
To connect individuals and communities with craft, grow artist opportunities, and promote the cultural and economic importance of craft, the mission of the Craft Ontario Shop has successfully made craft a meaningful part of everyday life. Now don't go away. We're going to be moving and shaking, hitting a number of different neighborhoods and attractions on the next segment of Ms. World Traveler in Toronto. You won't want to miss it.